live.
Oh, oh well, it'll
No,
be
you
fine.
can't
We'll
go
fix
back
it in
now.
post.
You can't go back now.
Sarah, fix this in post, please. I made a clerical
I
error.
thought we fired Sarah. I think we're on Sarah. Was it Stephanie?
No, that was Ben. Oh wait, no, that was. I'm thinking of Ben.
Oh, we had a Ben too. When did we get a Ben? Oh lordy lord.
Oh, we're live. Hello, good
Hundred
evening,
percent.
everyone. I would like to make some apologies. I have forgotten how to edit the episode name, and we are just going to be a two-man for right now, and then Josh
We
is going
are
to join in
farmers.
later.
Bum ba dum
Bum,
bum
ba-dum, bum,
bum.
bum, bum, bum. But tonight, I am your hostess with the mostest, your Green Lantern from Oa Jerry, and I have
Hey, I'm
Joe.
Matt. I'm from Gotham. I just fucked that up, but here we go. I am tired, even though I had a long nap. I am still shot.
And in spirit, we have Josh from Metropolis. And
Yes.
this is BatYard's finest production on BatYard's finest pod. It's been a
Yes.
while. I've messed up.
Dude, last time we didn't even do an intro.
Oh,
so,
but this is the beginning section where we do BS, any news, Batman, Superman, or anything cool that we've seen. I want to jump right into the Kung Fu Panda 4 trailer. I
oh,
rewatched it again. I think this is going to be the best one.
I still need to see it. I know that what's it called, Jack Black, and I believe his buddy from Tenacious D, they're writing music for that
Mm-hmm.
movie. I'm not 100% sure. Or they just know they're writing some here and there things. But I'll be right back. I've been talking about this for freaking weeks. It is finally here, and I never grabbed it because I sent mine already out. God damn it, Jimmy! I'm showing off your freaking comics.
Perfection. He has been talking about this for weeks. I'm excited to see this.
So okay, I'm the Godzilla nut of the group 100%. So I've been talking about it thanks to the was it Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong series is out now. We have finally got Volume One, the exclusive Volume One Raw comics. They're especially made. You open them up, they raw, but you're an idiot if you fucking open them. I'm sorry to say it because they come in their own little plastic baggie. There is no like this is what the cover looks like on the inside, but you can't if you want to collect them. You don't take them out. So yeah, you're supposed to be able to open them up. Here, Godzilla's. I feel like it's gonna be the legendaries Godzilla war that he has. And yeah, I was shocked when I came to the comic book store to pick these up, and I was expecting it just to be the comic and his own sleeve, not this
Monster.
DC exclusive plastic. And this is the Kong one. So I am biased. I really like the Godzilla one more. So
The
Kong is
clone
neat.
one does look pretty missing link to me.
Yeah, I know. He looks more like he's a Sasquatch or Bigfoot or a Yeti ish
Yeah.
thing.
It's not to take away from it, because that is still a primal
Yeah, but
prime eight,
that's the
not prime
design
eight.
they went with him anyway. They kind of just made him more Bigfooty and just gave
Yeah.
him the gorilla like design to it instead. But what are you gonna do? And you're supposed to be able to open this up, and you hear Kong's little roar he does. So I I don't know. I want to open it, but
You
I'm
must
not.
not.
I sent mine to CGC, so I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I do want them to grade it, but at the same time, like, what are they gonna do? Will they grade it because will they leave it in plastic, or will they take it out plastic, or take it out plastic, grade it, put it back in plastic, and put it in case? I don't know
Probably
yet. I
something like
just
that.
want it. I do want it graded, so I will take the hit with the plastic not being there if I know I have the comic still intact. The voice box is still active in a protective case that's not going to get damaged by water or
Multiple.
anything else. So, but this is Jimmy's right here. These comics. So next time I see him, I was wishing we saw was it Godzilla -1. I was hoping they were supposed to come out like literally the day before the movie. We went to see the movie like a couple days before the movie came out, and it got pushed back to the 5th. So I got really annoyed by that. So he should have had his by now, but delays. There were so
You
many
gotta love them.
delays with this comic.
Oh, we will be doing a Godzilla -1 bonus episode in the near future.
I kind of want to do it soon than never, but I know
Yeah.
me and Steve are going to go see it again. I need to talk to him about it. We're going to go do it Sunday. My dad's going to go with us again because he can't believe it was a good movie. Let's not jump. Don't get me started. This podcast will be off, and we talk about Godzilla without our friends.
I'm trying to think because there was a bunch of news I've seen this week alone that I
Mm,
should have written down, but I just skipped over.
um,
I know Kung Fu Panda 4 was the biggest thing I had.
Biggest thing, I got more Godzilla news. So if you're a big Godzilla fan, other than going to see the new Godzilla -1, or reading the newest comic issue, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, what's it called? Universus is now, yeah, Universus is a card game. And they're gonna be adding Godzilla and I think Kong characters to their series now. So there's gonna be
Really?
a whole new setup. You can have them in their game. I
Oh,
played Universus and I was like, this is fun, this is cool, but I just couldn't keep up with it due to work. But I want to collect the cards because it's Godzilla. Uh, yeah, that's gonna be coming out sometime in the near future. I heard, so hopefully late winter. I think.
early spring.
Yeah, let's say that.
What else? Oh, the I actually have video game news. So the Last of Us online multiplayer game got canceled. I
Good,
didn't look into reasons why, but I'm like, I was looking forward to
dude.
killing somebody with a brick.
Dude, Last of Us 2 got the most criticism. Like, what the fuck?
It was I played it, I beat it. I think it was a good game.
I'm not,
A lot of people didn't like it. I
it's
thought
just a
some of the story
story.
direction was like, this doesn't really make sense to me, but whatever. What it
I
was
have not
dumb.
played a Last of Us. I do not care for the series. I played the first one. I hated the controls. I will say it. I hated the controls. I had people tell me the story. I'm all that stuff about that. But like, yeah, Jimmy gave me the whole laydown too, and I just said, but that doesn't work for the character. Why did
Yeah.
they do this? Why did they do that? Doesn't make sense. Why did they just switch and just make this other person? It's another Aaron Yeager thing. It's just justifying a terrible person and trying to make them the hero, but they're not the hero at the same time. And the whole time the villain's the hero in a way. It's like a weird thing that I can tell from it all. It's kind of weird. It's up in there. It's been a bit, but yeah, I will claim it as an
I,
Aaron Yeager thing.
I found it.
What is it?
So the song Pieces from the Super Mario movie and I'm Just Ken from Barbie are up for Oscars.
Wait,
They're not up for
what?
them, but they're up to be eligibly nominated. So they could potentially be Oscar winning movie songs.
Wait, who? Wait, hold on. Repeat them again?
Peaches from Super Mario
Okay.
and I'm Just Ken from Barbie.
What about that was it? I'm Pete. I'm just Pete one. Can we have that get nominated?
That one
Ever
can get an Emmy. I
It's a little
think
bit
that's
more
really funny just because I'm like,
there-
Peaches, I can understand. because
Peaches, 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 peaches,
the
peaches.
internet has a deep love of Jack Black and all of his crazy
He is
shenanigans.
a saint. We need to keep him alive forever. If he dies, there has to be a memorial for him that's so big that we cannot do anything. It has to be broadcast. That's it.
And then Ryan Gosling, I did see like I've seen clips and stuff of the Barbie movie. I still haven't watched it yet, but I did watch the scene where he did "I'm Just Ken," and I'm like, you know what? This was really good. Like, if you've never
Okay.
seen that scene, look it up. I'm not gonna lie, it was very well choreographed.
Me personally, I've never seen the scene. All I see is all I've seen is the side by side. I'm Pete and I'm Ken side by side videos, and how crazy and terrible I am Pete is. Because they really just cut off I am Ken and then just go right there. I am Pete. That's it. And I'm on drugs.
But that was the biggest thing I wanted to share because
um
I mean, I'm glad, anything for, people who haven't necessarily done something like that, are, film actors getting Oscars for a song that they did, I think is kind of funny.
No, it's great. Oh, it's great. But I like how like Jack Black's Peaches is more like an original than the Ryan Gosling I Am Ken, unless he did write it. And I didn't know anything about him writing it
I haven't heard anything.
because because that's a Jack Black special. That Peaches, that's him. And he went out and made got a music video made for it. He did all kinds of crazy shit.
He just
Uh
recently performed that in a
I
concert
know
somewhere.
because he's the man. And that man plays a little kid's saxophone to start off a song. Okay,
Yeah, he did. I remember
we
that.
can make that a fucking actual instrument, 100%. But we also got here, Steve. Hey buddy, are you home
He
from work?
said to vote for Peaches.
Yeah, vote for
No, I'm gonna
Peaches.
vote for I'm Just Ken.
Be deep. Be to be determined because I still haven't watched I Am Ken 100%. So yeah, that's a lot of things I have not seen. I've said like three things I have not watched 100% or played 100% at least. Oh, Studio Ghibli released their newest film,
Oh yeah, The Boy and the
um,
Heron.
The Boy and the Herring. Yes, and why? So I saw it. Jerry, did you see it?
I have not had time to go see it yet. I plan to go see it soon.
You better see
Maybe
it
for
before it gets out
Christmas
of
when I
this
know I'll have a bunch
time.
of time off.
You better see it before it runs out of time in theaters because that movie is actually pretty good. It's well designed. It has a lot of straight. It's a Studio Ghibli film with the designs. I love Studio Ghibli creatures. I love their ways of wackiness and wonderful like settings to them. Like they're just like this so like what's it called? Fantasy. You never really
Mhm.
think about it, but the dubbing cast is amazing. I love how they have this dub cast I was not expecting. And Steve, you're addicted to power washing. You don't have that. You should not have that much stress to be power washing all the time, sir. But no, but no, it's a really good movie. I put it in my top 5 of Studio Ghibli. Um, but it's just I can't really go into it. There is at least Dave Bautista's in it, Mark Hamill's in it, um, Robert Pattinson's in it, and Willem Dafoe's in it. That I can name off the top of my head at the moment. But you would not expect Willem Dafoe, Robert Pattinson. If you did not know what that it was him being this character, one character,
Yeah.
you would be like, "What the fuck? That was him the whole time in this movie? What the
I
fuck?"
I also found another thing that I wanted
Okay,
to share because I
and
did manage
then
to write it down.
Mark Hamill is Mark Hamill. I just didn't know what he was gonna be playing, a villain or the stoic character that's going to be guiding or in the background hoping to what's it called, teach the new up and coming generation into the movie. So I can't really tell you which one it is because I'd be spoiling it.
Okay.
And then I said Dave Bautista. He already had his character I was not expecting. Yeah, definitely Dave Bautista's character I was not expecting. The race of his character is like animal based. So this universe is a lot more animal based people. You got human universe, then you have the other universe is more animal, but I think it's literally more bird than anything else. So I was not expecting his character to be the character I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a human, but it's not. I will give that a fact away. So, but he could be. It's weird. It's weird. It's up in the air. It's weird though. But yeah, no, I give that movie at least that is an 8 for me. It's a Studio Ghibli movie. It's really great, but it's still not the top tier. I heard it's supposed to be a continuation from
Grave of the
uh yep.
Fireflies. That was just me.
Okay. I didn't know Josh could be sneaking in this thing, just typing in because he just shares the same account. All right, Jerry,
But
what's yours?
the last bit of news, which I meant to send to you and Josh when I saw it.
How dare you?
So Eddie Murphy is getting Beverly Hills Cop 4 on streaming to Netflix this summer.
Wait, I heard the news about Beverly Hill Cop 4, but like I had doubts on it
Yeah,
because of
it's
like how it
happening.
is. Um, okay, I didn't know it was gonna go right to Netflix. I thought he was gonna push it for theaters, but okay.
I mean, there are some very good Netflix movies that have actors, like Jamie Foxx, Will
Hmm.
Smith, and oh god, there's somebody else who has oh yeah, The Ridiculous Six with Taylor Lautner.
Yep, and you
Like all
had
of those just funny, great movies. And I think for
Dave
what
Bautista had one with was a zombie one that was pretty dope as fuck. It was
did
made by a Zack Snyder actually. This is one Zack Snyder movie I actually appreciate because it works well because the world is a universe. It's just a universe like it's just chaos. It's a post-apocalyptic universe, and they're supposed to do I think a heist or something quick and out in and out in Las Vegas, and it's just like mayhem of zombies. And there's a zombie tiger that's going is hunting them down too in the whole movie, and it's like what the fuck.
hmm. I have to give that one a watch. I haven't watched that one yet.
I forget the name
But
of it, but it wasn't bad.
I'm excited. It's been a while since I've seen Eddie Murphy in a movie.
Is he
And
gonna play
I
almost
didn't
the
watch
wheel?
Beverly Hill Cops 3. I watched the first two. And I'm excited to see what he's gonna do in this one.
I think I'm in the same boat actually on that one. I seen 1 and 2, never 3. Because I heard 3 was just eh.
I just was never drawn to 3. Like, oh, it's Beverly Hills Cop 3. I'm like, why do they need to make a third one?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
They did that with like everything. Look at Rush Hour. But Rush Hour
Ooh, we're
state
gonna be at Rush Hour 5 soon.
I are we?
Maybe. I don't know, man.
No, we
Jackie
are
Chan is
maybe
old.
because no, Jackie Chan is what's it called? He was talking about it. We're going off topic as much as we are in BS, but no, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker was talking about another Rush Hour. I don't know what it's gonna be or they're actually gonna do. Chris Tucker's in really good shape now. He's no string bean no more. And what's it called? Jackie Chan is just Jackie Chan. I don't know when that man's gonna go, but he's just like Jack Black. We have to do a whole ceremony for that man too. Um,
If it happens, I'll definitely watch it. Rush Hour is definitely one of my favorite trilogy movies
yes.
because Chris Tucker is just crazy.
Oh,
But I'm ready to get into this
if
short.
hold on. But yeah, if it's not the action scenes with Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker is leading that whole fucking movie with this comedy. It's just great. Chris Tucker, I just wish he was in more things in the last couple years than just like
Yeah,
blimping back into things because I do miss him on the freaking big screen.
he is nice to see on the big screen.
But he took a good, a good segue because that you oversaturate at some point. Like
Yeah.
look at Adam Sandler. Oof,
Um, we're talking about Cyberpunk Edge Runners now.
I know.
So, Crispy, I actually want you to take this one. I was going to give it to Josh, but
Oh,
he's not here
but
just
he's
yet.
running late. Okay, he gets the movie. No, no. Or you're gonna save him? No, I'm just being stupid. I'm being an ass. But okay. So Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. The first episode. What's the title? I can't remember the first title. The name of the title.
The first episode
Episode.
is called what is it? Let You Down.
Let You Down. Oh fuck yeah, no. So Let You Down. Me and my dad actually watched this one. So it basically starts off with a gentleman with it's so okay. If anybody has played, to make it easier, is anyone if you played or watched anything from Cyberpunk 2077, this isn't the same universe, same everything. It's just newer
You're
extension
seeing
story
the
to it.
other side.
Yeah, you're seeing all that junk, and it starts off basically a gentleman with cybernetic like, attachments to his body. Basically, he's just getting new modifications to him, so he actually has like a cyborg arm, spine, all his other shit. But like he's doing a heist, and he ends up fighting off a bunch of fucking cops. And his ability is that he can fucking slow down time with his spine, and he fucking caps a lot of freaking cops. We do not really support that. This is just a show.
It's just a show.
Just a show. That's how it goes. And but he does end up getting taken down by more of a spec ops officer, and his spine is removed from his back, and so they can take that into evidence and dispose of it properly. Because that spine is actually a menace to society if it's in the wrong hands. But they end up going into after that happens, we end up going into a what's going into the real story with David. David's this I believe he's a Puerto Rican kid. Puerto
I
Rican.
believe
He's
he's
a Puerto
Puerto
Rican child.
Rican, maybe Colombian. He's
Colombian, yeah,
Spanish,
he's
a
Spanish,
Spanish descent.
Spanish teenager that and is growing up in the like kind of like a rough neighborhood ish town, in an apartment complex, and his mom and him live together. And that's it. His mom's making as much money as they can to survive in the apartment they're in. She is an what's it called? She's a part of the medical group that comes to the crime scenes and EMT, I believe, and
Yes.
so she is doing what she can do to support her child David. And David is more of a troublesome kid. He's more like he tries to mod things, he tries to do all these other stuff. He has another guy, believe it's like I think his name's Doc, and ironically, and they go back and forth trying to like work on cyber modifications and sell stuff. And he goes to school and he ends up frying the school's database with this mod got from Doc, and it was an illegal mod anyway, etc., etc., etc. He ends up going this whole thing. His mom has now had to pay more money that they don't have, and they end up going through this whole thing. Meanwhile, they're going through this whole thing. David keeps seeing this glimpse of this woman called Lucy. We end up learning her name later down the road, but he keeps seeing her, and he just keeps on saying, "Why do I feel like that I have to know her in a way?" Or he just likes her in that sort. And they end up going down the road, and there's a freak accident where him and his mom are in a car, and this freaking like rival gangs start shooting each other, and they're in the middle of the crossfire, and the mom gets their car flipped, and David survives, but the mom is basically up in the air on survival. But due to how much injuries she had, and including how much the medical bills and everything that there was happening with that, she did not survive because they couldn't do it with the insurance. And David had to walk out of the hospital with his cremated mother and a bunch of hospital bills because of shitty insurance. And he's basically down on his luck. He's just trying to get through the day, and his class bullies pick on him, get to him to a point where he says, "Fuck this." He ends up losing his apartment, but he breaks into his apartment. That's the one thing I love. I did go on from this episode. He just keeps breaking into this fucking apartment.
Oh, you well,
I
I'm
went
gonna let
only
you
two.
finish.
I
I'm
only
gonna let
went
you
like
finish.
2 or 3 episodes in, like up to like episode 3, but it just keeps breaking into this apartment. But um, what's it called? So So yeah, so he ends up finding going through his mom's stuff to make it, and ends like his mom like seeing if there's anything around the house his mom has, so he can make an extra money so he can pay for the apartment. And he ends up finding the guy from the beginning of this episode's spine, and he ends up attaching it to his body with Doc, and he goes through this whole thing where he's going to beat the shit out of the bully he's supposed to be going like, you know, getting bullied by. He's going to beat the shit out of him. Yeah, that's the best way of can explain it. But if you watch episode 2, you get to see what's gonna happen to the bully because they don't get you there. You only get to the part where he gets the thing stabbed, like stuck to his back. Oh yeah, if you do watch this, do not watch this with your parents.
Watch it with your father.
Yes, mother, maybe depends on the parent actually,
Watch it
because
with both parents after church.
you know no. No, no, it's no, like it's just I forget how much Cyberpunk allows in their show, like in the game, and I was not expecting the what's it called, the
There's
porn.
a brief pornographic scene.
There's like two. There's two.
I said brief.
It's graphic. It's graphic. My dad did not know what was happening. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yep, that's Cyberpunk." You have to see the billboards and some of those cut scenes in that game. Ooh, one was a tease though. Damn girl at the freaking movies. God no. I don't have to play that game. I literally just have to watch Jerry freaking play it. That's all I need. I don't need
So,
to
so I want to jump right in and give you a little bit of context.
more
It
content.
yeah, so do you plan on going back and finishing the show?
I think I will be picking it back up. It's just I'm too busy at this time
Oh,
because
dude,
it's just
I'm
work
right
is
there
just a
with
bull.
you.
I am
This
so
is your
behind in
busy
manga.
season
Yeah,
and
it
it's
is.
my off season.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. I have manga I need to read. I have shows I need to catch up on. I'm literally forcing myself to watch the what's it called, the Shadow Show.
Yeah, the Eminence
Yeah,
Shadow.
I'm just forcing myself so we can do the binge watch of like season 2 together with everybody. We have to set that up whenever you guys are doing that, but off topic.
So David and his mom, they had episode 1 really gave them an interesting dynamic
Hmm.
because obviously the show is based from Cyberpunk the game. And but one thing about the show, they don't show you like what is all the cool fantastical things. It shows you what it almost kind of like New York in a way, what the real hard truth of it is, because we saw in the very beginning there is a ex-military personnel who has all these high-end upgrades and they've just fried his brain, and that's why they call them psychos, because the hardware made them go crazy.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, David's mom is an EMT, and as you said later in the second episode, you learned that she was going to sell off his spinal implant called the Sandevastine to a group of cyberpunk edge runners. Not cyberpunk edge runners, but edge runners is what the mercenary title is called.
And didn't
And
you? I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry, but didn't they do an update because of this series? They did a whole update to
yes,
add
they did.
everything from the show into the game.
They added several. A lot of it was kind of bug fixes that made the game too easy, but a lot of it was things from the show that got implemented into
I
the
just
game.
know it fucked you up with what's it called?
Yeah, it did. But
Like,
it
you're
I
right.
didn't realize it made me better than ever.
That's terrible.
But it's something unique about episode 1 that already kind of sets the tone, because obviously we know this is a dystopian setting,
Hmm.
which is the part of the reason why I picked the feature film, which I'll get into later.
Hmm.
But I also picked this because it's one of those shows where you hear people talk about it and it's always high praises. And I think the first episode starts to give you that first glimpse of it
The thing
with
is,
how fucked up everything is and what direction the story could go. It could be happy or it could be tragic.
no, this first episode set the tone pretty well. It just dropped it hard. It I was not expecting the first episode to be as it is because I was expecting the mom to be around because the dynamic of the mom and David is a really nice dynamic because they get along very well. They're not like the mom's not a bitch. The mom's not an asshole or a piece of shit or like treats David like a piece of shit. She knows David has potential to do what he has to do and cares for him and all this stuff because he's the only thing left in their life, like in her life.
Mhm.
And she knows that if she ruins this relationship, she's not going to have a family because Dave is that kind of kid that would probably run away or do more dumb shit to get into more trouble where she would lose him. So that the mom is willing to stay had this zone of friendship. And there's like but like it's just like the mom dying sets the tone where this is the show's gonna go. Because that mom thing was I was expecting the mom was gonna be around for at least another 3 to 4 episodes. They cut her out of the show then because David's just in too deep in some shit that he's not supposed to be part of,
Mhm.
and mom becomes like a casualty, or he just never sees his mom again because he doesn't want his mom dying. Either one. But mom becomes like a issue, like dies like right in the beginning, like not in the beginning, like right around like mid to end, like in the 3/4 of the episode like left of the episode. Like she dies there and sets the rest of the series tone for you. It
Yes, it does.
does give you like from watching the other episodes, like it does have moments where they try to bring up the beat of the show, but it's where it's gonna continue to go. But that's just how a good storyteller is gonna try to keep you up and down the wave of tragedy. So it doesn't just feel like constant tragedy on you the whole time watching it.
It's very funny that you say it's an up and down tragedy because, as you continue to watch the show, you're going to realize, like, oh, now I understand why he picked this to go with the movie because it's very similar in a lot of aspects.
I'm not gonna lie
But
though.
I'm getting sidetracked.
I'm not gonna lie.
The
If we get to when we get to the movie, this movie reminds me of another movie that I've watched that's came out years after the movie we're going to be talking about. So it's like I'm just forewarning it. It does. It's just like it's just I have a more thing that relates. I feel like it relates to it more than that. But yeah, no. Let's get back to Cyberpunk.
but it everything that happens with David through this episode,
Mhm.
he's a teenager right in the prime of puberty, and the school he was going to, it's essentially, I guess, to put it in real world applications, that would be essentially an Ivy League,
Oh no, it's a
full
rich
course.
kid's school. I don't know how his mom even like. I
Oh,
think that one
she's
actually
made a
goes
lot
off
of
of.
money
I
selling
think
all those parts. She's made a killing on the black market.
true, but at the same time, I feel like you have to do school based, test based, like to like a test or something to get into that school, like some kind of testing to
Oh, in
actually
the
get in. So
Cyberpunk
like,
universe, bottom line is dollar sign.
damn, all right. But it just felt like that. It just felt like you had to earn to get at least get in it, or like you said, money. Like that one kid that's the bully, he's definitely gotten there because his daddy's a fucking rich man, and that's all it is. And he's just like, oh, my dad's rich, and he's this and that. He's on the board and all this stuff. If you hurt me, I can get you kicked out of the school. Yeah, I'm a bitch.
And the school,
The
it's
school's
not
a
so much the
bitch
school, but it's the name of the school, Arasaka, that plays a big importance in what continues to happen
in the
because
universe of Cyberpunk.
essentially, Arasaka, I guess, in real world, would be like the Walmart, you know, the Target, because it's just everywhere and it's in every aspect of your life, no matter what you do.
So this school is just massively produced throughout the fucking universe, like this whole universe. That's what you're
Not
telling me?
necessarily through the whole
Or
universe, because a lot of it's just uninhabitable wasteland and it's a lot of Wild Westness.
okay.
So in the city where the money's good and flowing, there's a lot of them, but
How can you have so many
Arasaka just has a lot of strings being pulled. Number one, to get David in, and then number two, David also has been using illegal modifications to kind of bypass all the money his mom would
Mhm.
have to spend for upgrades. And so they kind of turned a blind eye because you're not going to pull one over on Arasaka without them knowing about it.
Oh,
So
true.
they know obviously she's dealing black market upgrades to people, but so long as they keep that money coming in, Arasaka doesn't care. And after David gets his implant, they do have a sinister plan for him, which does play a big part into why he kind of was even let in the school to begin with.
What?
It'll make sense when you said you're on episode 3.
Yeah, I think I'm on like I finished episode 3
I
because
think
I
once
got
you
to a
get
point, or is it maybe episode 2 maybe? Because at this point, one point he did his first heist with Lucy, and he wakes up and he's like they're kidnapping him, I think. Or he's just like he was gonna get kidnapped, and they were supposed to like someone was gonna take out his implant. Like he was having his good like that good vibrations fucking feel because he was like about to do it with Lucy, but he's actually in that freaking little what's it called? Little freaking
oh, the
head
brain dance.
brain, yeah. And it ends up being no, that's not actually happening.
Mhm.
Shit.
Yeah,
So I
so
think
once
this
you
is a
get to
2 or 3.
episode I believe it's when you get to episode 5, you can kind of start seeing, oh, now things are starting to come back full circle once
Okay.
again because of things going on with David now that he's a mercenary. But this I wanted to also say for a time on Netflix, this was rated one of its top 10 number one viewings
Well, yeah, I remember
with
seeing that.
14.88 million hours viewed.
Wow.
And because of the success of the show, the game also circulated 20 million units sold as
Yeah.
a direct response because
I
of it.
remember Cyberpunk was becoming a well, Cyberpunk launched pretty wonky. It continued to be wonky, and then they patched it, and people were having issues launching it even on their
Yeah.
PCs, and that's a problem when they came and launched the game on a PC. And I remember they pulled it from PlayStation. I think the PlayStation 5 edition they
It
pulled
was
it.
4.
It's
They pulled
4,
the
was it
4
4? So yeah, they
because it
pulled.
was locking down consoles.
Yeah, it was having a lot of issues. I can see why it became a terrible labeled game and all that stuff, but they worked so hard to improve it to be playable, and then people still didn't vibe it because of the issues from the past. Just
Mhm.
gave it bad taste. I'm still one of them. I will not play it still. Um, what's it called? Jerry's gonna just be that guy, our guy for that. um but yeah, no, this show made it come back to life definitely because it was dead. I thought it was gonna get shut down, like the servers and everything for it.
Now, obviously, you're familiar with this animation studio, with it being Studio Trigger, who did
Hmm.
Gurren Lagann,
Yep.
Premiere, and Kill la Kill. How do you feel on how they did the opening scene with the cyber cycle that killed all the guards, and then how they handled all the fluid colors, like with Lucy's hair, and then just seeing how the brain dance transitions moved?
Like it's a good blend. Like you definitely okay. Definitely not kill a kill. with animation. As much as I'm a Kill la Kill fan, I love them. I love that show. I have the game and I have the manga. I just need the last manga, Volume 2. That's a rare one. Um, but they what's it called? Definitely did not. They didn't do the animation from that, but definitely some here and there art style with the changing of colors and they do in the show. They definitely pulled a little bit of that, but a lot of the art style to me looked like Gurren Lagann with
Hmm.
it because it was a more cleaner and not too was it wonky because that universe is more. Let's just say Kill a Kill was just more of a let's just say it's perverted, like it's perverted and like just fucking
It's very
mayhem.
adult.
Yeah, it's really adult. I just like it. I like the characters and all that shit. Actually, this is funny as fuck too. But it's just like Gurgen Lagann was more the serious one, and they had more of a serious character design, like for animation, because it wasn't like they had the solid. They had more. Their characters were more drawn with better lines than Kill a Kill to me. So and including Kill la Kill had a lot more crazier fucking animation with like anger issues and all that shit because that was just like a lot of just penmanship, just making scratch marks and like it looked like they're exploding a lot of time. With the look Gurgen Lagann, there was a little more thought process to it properly. But
I also
no,
wanted to see what you thought about the train sequence when Lucy tries to steal some module upgrades from David, but he catches her because of his saying Devasteen.
I thought that
And
was
so what
nice. I like that one. That was nice because he caught onto her but it's just like he realized it, but that was episode. I thought that was episode 2 with that because he had the spine, didn't he?
oh yeah, that's right, because episode one
He got
ends
the
with
spine. He
him
only
getting it.
sees her out the outside going to school, and
That's
you
right.
do see her move, and it blends. It's a nice transition because it goes from her moving, and you see the colorization of her outlining going into separate color zones, and then it merges into whatever the hell it was going on in the background at the same time on one of the plasma screens. There's always the plasma screen going on. It's like New York City
I don't
or
know
any major
why. That's
city.
always something that's very prevalent in cyberpunk type
Well, I
shows.
get it. It's a future. It's based in a city, so you get Tokyo. You mix Tokyo with New York City and all that junk, and they all have plasma screens laying around, depending on
Oh
which
Lord.
part of the city
Hmm.
you're in. So
Everyone, we're gonna have to rebroadcast here. Josh is on, but I'm signed in on his, and so we're just gonna swap right now.
bit not